Good morning. It is always fun when we can begin 3+U with a bit of a laugh. And I think the challenge for me this morning is going to be not to laugh too much, because this is Joel Scribner. He has Yellow Dragon Productions. This is Levi Witt, Rob Inman. They are two of the cast members out of how many? 9? 10. In a show called Bleacher Bums. And Joel just said these are two of the funniest men in all of Chattanooga. So
absolutely,
we're going to have some mic drop moments, right, Joel?
Absolutely. This show is nothing but a carousing good time.
Chattanooga has a great theater scene, and we have an awful lot of options in between Chattanooga and North Georgia up on Signal. So your faces are going to be familiar to a lot of people. You're a frequent flyer, Rob, on 3+U. But it's not often that you get lucky enough as an actor to be part of a true ensemble show. I'll throw it to you first, Rob. That's what this is.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, exactly. And that's the way you really want to set things up for any actor. That's what's fun. People you can trust, the interchange, memorizing lines. That's what makes it fun, especially for us and as a result, the audience.
Okay, so play true or false with me here, but I think it's true that even though, yes, you have your lines to learn and your character to learn, the more you get into that character, Levi, the more your own interpretations of it come forward. So the chemistry between the two of y'all, or the 10 of y'all, is key to the success.
Yeah, that's what matters, is that if you've got a good cast that has good chemistry, that's really where the show's gonna really blossom, and everybody in the cast has great chemistry.
Is that something that you look for in casting, Joel? I mean, can you tell that early on?
Well, absolutely. I mean, this show has been in production essentially since November of 2019. In fact, one of our cast members was 19 when she got the script, and she is now 21.
Oh, wow.
With COVID having put the production on hold from a year ago. But in looking at the characters of this specific show, which is very dear to my heart, I was thinking of individuals in the city that I'd worked with or I'd seen that kind of really fit the bill. And then it's a matter of, can these actors fill the characters, can these actors work together well? And I got so lucky with this group that everybody has meshed, and they're just playing off each other wonderfully.
Maybe fate dealt you a good card, because we're heading into the key time in baseball season, right? I mean, this is the playoffs and World Series time of the year. So the whole premise of the show, Rob, is that the 10 of you are up in the bleachers watching a game?
Yes, absolutely. I lived in Chicago in mid-'60s and remember Wrigley Field, and memories were coming back, and we've kind of exchanged our memories of the field. And so absolutely.
Is your team winning, Levi? I mean, what's the storyline of the show?
You'll have to come see the show to find out.
I tried. I really tried.
Well, you have to remember, Julie, that in 1977, the Cubs were still part of the lovable losers. This was pre-World Championship year of 2016.
Is this a true story?
It's based on a true story. So Dennis France and Joe Mantegna were members of the Organic Theater Company in Chicago, and they would skip rehearsals to go out to Wrigley and watch Cubs games. And while they were out there, they suddenly thought, watching all of the craziness that goes on in the bleachers, what a great comedic play this could make. And so they started to workshop this and created this play, which then started airing in Chicago year upon year and became near and dear to Chicago Cubs fans. So as a Cub fan, you have the lovable losers that are 31 years from their last World Series appearance, 72 years from their last World Series championship. And this is a celebration of fandom at its best, loving your team through good and bad, and all of the insanity that goes on with these characters, betting against the Cubs, for the Cubs, what could happen, arguing with each other about the smallest or stupidest things, and they play it very well.
Does it start with the beginning of the game and go all the way through to the end?
It's a full 9-inning game.
Okay, seventh inning stretch, the whole shebang.
There is no intermission, but there is a 7th inning stretch, and the audience is encouraged to stand up and sing along with us.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so talk about the other 8 members of the cast, one of whom we know quite well here.
Yep, Greg Glover is playing a character called Decker, who is not a professional gambler, but he is one of the more higher stakes gamblers that hang up in there.
He wasn't typecast, was he?
No, as far as I know, no. But he is a true Cubs fan. Then there's another character who's kind of the antagonist in the show, Marvin, who is a diehard gambler, and he is there to make money. And he and the Cardinals are ostensibly the two antagonists in this show. Because if you're a Cubs fan, you got to hate the Cardinals. That just comes with it.
We got 2 minutes left. Is Sarah Grace the one girl in the show?
There are
There are
three females in the show.
Okay.
Sarah Grace is playing Melody, who is just there to sunbathe on the bleachers of Wrigley. It's a cheap place to go hang out and get a good suntan. Josie is playing one of our kid who hangs out in the bleachers and gets caught up in the chaos. And Rachel Walker is playing our cheerleader, who is a diehard crazy Cub fan.
Yeah.
So, were you baseball fans to begin with? You mentioned being in Chicago.
I was back in the day, yeah. But when I was in Chicago, I'm not so much now anymore, but I was back in the day. Back when this took place, I definitely was a baseball fan.
Have you caught yourself watching some Braves games at least?
Okay. Yeah, especially the postseason,
Yeah. So how about you, Levi?
Yeah, I'm not a big baseball fan, I have to admit that, but the show has caused me to do a lot of research about the Cubs.
Yeah.
And so I think I found on YouTube, it was like a Cubs game, and it was actually the Cubs versus the Cards from 1978, I think that's what I was telling you. And that in and of itself was like the biggest, like, blessing to
And
me,
if you're lucky
to the show.
enough as a member of the audience to feel like you are at a game, baseball is a very different experience watching it on television versus being at the game.
Absolutely.
So I'm guessing that energy is going to be there as you're in the audience.
Hopefully so. That's what we want.
We've got a ton of energy.
Okay, so I've got to wrap it up. You kept it tame for me, but I know you're going to bring it all out there on that stage when folks come to line up.
And no beer, and
Well, we have to be clean, you know.
I know, believe me.
Okay, so opening night is Thursday of next week.
Yes.
Right? You run a Thursday, Friday, Sunday run.
Absolutely, yep.
Then a Friday, Saturday, Sunday run.
On the second weekend, yes.
Where is the show being performed?
The show's being performed at St. Luke United Methodist Church, which is in the Stewart Heights neighborhood, there by the S-curves.
Okay.
You can get tickets either online, just go to the yellowdragonproductions.org, or Yellow Dragon Productions Facebook page, and there's a link under events that can take you to the ticket ordering page, or tickets can be purchased at the door, cash or card.
Take me out to the ball game. Go see Bleacher Bums. 6 showings for you to enjoy. Y'all break
Go
the
Cubs.
legs.
Oh, thank you.
Seems like CBD stores are popping up on every corner. Make sure you choose a knowledgeable vendor you can trust, like the Hemp House. Choose from products that are locally sourced from farmers we work with directly. Our friendly staff